Yo, 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 yo. What's up, chat? Truly my first stream in a while. Yo, what's good, bro? Seb, how you doing, man? Holy shit. Yo, the boy. The boy came out, bro. Holy shit. What's good? So if you guys haven't seen my newest video, yesterday I kind of brought up that I'll be streaming again every morning and shit. Just to kind of like show my progress and stuff on my video game, and also just having like a chat to just talk to while I'm like grinding out the development. The game is coming out pretty great. There's a lot of cool stuff that's been made right now. Right now, a lot of shit that I just have written down with kind of some state machines and stuff that I'm building out. So once that is kind of built over again, things are clicking stuff, you know, so I'm lit. Bro, you're getting ready for school. That's crazy, bro. Have a good day at school, man. Yeah, nah, you know how it is, bro. Your boy got to stream. You know how it is, dog. But yeah, man. So yeah, so let me just show you guys pretty much what I have so far. Let me see if I can do some shit here. There we go, fire. So this is pretty much the code. Right now, things are a little kind of screwed because of the fact that I've been doing the state machines again. Let me see if this will run. Yeah, so this is pretty much, ignore this. This is the old name. Pretty much what I have so far is just the actual main screen. You have the 4 buttons. When you hover over the marbles, you end up seeing kind of like a description for the marble, exactly how much score you're going to get. Right now, the scores don't matter because, quite frankly, this is just not working. When it comes to like counting the score, right now I'm doing a basic count between the right hole and the left hole, which are pretty much just regular Mancala rules. As you can see, I've got some transitions going on. Once you click the marble set that you pick, it spawns it here, which is pretty dope. And then start run. Again, this is just a little messy, but here you have kind of like a count for every marble that you have on your side. You also got a count over here on the other side. Right now the AI is playing on the first turn because I'm setting up just the basic AI stuff. But yeah, this whole game is pretty much almost done. I just gotta get this all set up. There's already in between screens. There's already game over screens. There's already the final screen that you'd see. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Let me just gotta get out of here. So yeah, pretty much these streams are just gonna be kind of like updates. I'm gonna be kind of like compiling them together to make a devlog at the end of the day, and from there just working on that, you know. So where I left off yesterday was pretty much, I've set up the board, as you can see from the beginning of the video. I've checked for the effect state. So this piece right here is pretty much going to be anytime the marble is dropped in any way, this state will be called. Anytime the marble or the game starts, and there's any kind of like effects that are like, hey, when the game starts, do this, do that, whatever. This will also be called. And whenever there's any tags specific to like that, it will also be called. A lot of that will just stem from the marbles themselves. So for example, I have an idea for a marble that will be like a banana. So you have like a kind of like a 15 to 20% chance that if you drop this into a hole, you'll get a slip. And that slip will kind of slip one of the marbles that are inside of the hole at the moment and then outside. Thank you, Patricia. And that is kind of like the idea for the check for effects. Setup board state is pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty much the state where every kind of all the setup to do with the Mancala board is made. So for example, if you were to enter this if statement, you're pretty much checking to see if the current round is not equal to 1. So the idea is that when you first start the game, I want to just be grabbing the starting marbles. and instead of the current marbles, because current marbles are going to be after a store has been seen, right? So after the first round, you've already been seeing a store at that point. So so the idea is that once you enter the store, you grab some marbles, your current batch of marbles aren't going to be the same as the starting marbles. So that's a really big one. And everything. Give me 1 second. Rolando Porteras, thank you so much for this for the YouTube subscription. Appreciate it. It's my boy. It's my dad. Let's see what else. See what else. I wish I could kind of see this a little better. That's fine. Once you get past the setup board state, again, you'll enter and you'll see kind of the effect, the changes. So when somebody makes the game start, or sorry, when the game first starts, there's a game start animation that happens. As you can see from this game start, there's a lot of text that's on the floor on the thing, but you see this game start. This one will kind of start, and then that's when the player two will choose. So player two's or the AI's choice will be kind of represented by the player two and the hand that's picked. So it means that the user picked this one. And you can see the same thing when you click on one from my side. You see the player one picked this one. This isn't supposed to happen in the case of me being able to click while AI is still going on. I have a function that's called apply ghost or remove ghost to kind of like symbolize the difference between these two. So that's pretty raw. Get that bad boy in there. So yeah, so check for a stat, current turn. So current turn state is pretty much going to be, depending on if it's the AI or you playing, it's going to be the one that handles any kind of like turn-based specificities. What do I mean by that? So when I go and I play my turn, right? Everything to do with the player's ability to click, to move around, to turn into a ghost, is all under one specific scene, which is going to be the player hand scene. I have already a specific. I'll show it to you right now. Where are you? There it goes. As you can see right here, I have the player hand scene. This player hand scene has a state machine inside that already deals with anything to do with the move state, the idle state, and the grab and drop. So anything pertaining to moving, it's staying still, animation changes, or grab and drop, which is just the ability to click on their respective hold to then, pick up and go. All that is done through here. And then move requested here is a signal that gets called from state machine grab and drop. And also from the AI, the AI scene. So as you can see right here, bro, the moment you end up clicking a hole or the AI does its turn, the first function is the move requested here. Move requested here takes in a PID index, which is the hole at which the player clicked on, and the player that made the call. This is very important because one of the things that you want to make sure of is that when you make a move, you have kind of like a representation of what player made that move. Depending on the player that made that move, you're going to have different effects or different actions that you'd want to like pursue, right? So yeah, one of the biggest things that I want you guys to kind of realize is that this is like, I've made already a game. It's inside of, what's it called? I've already made a game. I used the game engine Pico 8, which is a lot of fun. I really recommend it if you want to get into like making games and you don't want to get like, bombarded with everything that's kind of like in front of you right now, because Godot, Unity, and Unreal are very complicated to just starting out. So really easy game engines are like Pico 8, which is a lot of fun. It's a fantasy console, so the console's not even real, but you end up kind of seeing a lot of like cool value from the little things you end up making. It even has a music maker inside, which is a lot of fun because then you could just kind of use that as like your main work emphasis. Let's see what else. Dude, yeah, so yeah, pretty much that's what's gonna happen. My breakfast is done. I'll be right back. Hey, I'm back. Yeah, so where I left off pretty much was if I go to the game state machine, I think current turn state's done. Pickup marble state is done. My idea now is to kind of work on the next whole state. So just disclaimer, all of this is kind of already written out. I already had a kind of logic set up and built already. So what I ended up just doing is Dainty Bean. Welcome to the stream, dude. Oh, it's great to see you. So one of the things I already made a lot of the main logic for this game. I just wanted to kind of separate it now because I got to a point where now I wanted to make a banana bead that would have the ability for your marble to slip out, for a small chance for it to slip out. For that to happen though, I'm going to have to make it so I need to separate every kind of like state that happens when the user clicks a marble, the marble moves, because there's going to be a lot of chances where effects can activate. And if I don't have these states kind of laid out like I do now when I'm trying to refactor, then I'm not going to be able to point at a very specific point or point at a specific point where I can then just go and just explode that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a lot of work just kind of refactoring the code I already had. But I think this is one of those things where this refactor will kind of work really well for the long term and will help me kind of understand what's happening. But yeah, dude, how are you doing, Dainty Bean? I'm happy to see you're here. It's mad early. I'm also multi-streaming. So I am Brian the 3D Printed Man on Twitch, but I am Ransomware UK on YouTube. I'm trying to get my YouTube up, so I'm going to be posting a lot of videos. I was going through my videos yesterday because I ended up uploading a new one pertaining to an update and stuff, just kind of updating everybody on like what I'm going to do, what's the plans for this channel and stuff. And one of the biggest things that I wanted to kind of push is that there is a lot of kind of like cool ideas that I have in mind, whether it be for the game, whether it be for like just thoughts that I want to kind of get out and stuff. Because I think I want to really grow on YouTube, so I'm going to really be putting a little more effort on that, while also trying to get this game out. So okay, so I'm gonna work on the next hole. So okay, so all this already picks up the marble. The next hole is found, and then, like I said, I already have a lot of it set up. So I have a game state manager. Let me see. I have a game state manager script right here. Like I said, the script is all pretty much done. This is the whole game right here, which is crazy to say. But yeah, this is the whole game. I'm trying to cut it up, send over to pieces that I need, just so all that can work itself out. Dude, I'm happy to be live as well. You know, first day of school. Is that like the I think you mentioned it where it's like a camp or something where like he can socialize. I'm so excited, dude. He's so cute. Very cute doggy. I love Pumpkin so much. Yeah, a little day camp. Yeah, it's adorable, man. I have, you know, when you guys mentioned that where it's like she was a very not introverted, but it's like they can like kind of like survive on their own type thing, like they're very like to themselves animals. It really did help that you guys, number one, are taken to a day camp, and number two, you guys are actually going in and like, what's it called? Giving him like a lot of exposure to like people and stuff. Because I think that'll help a lot just for him to kind of like pop off. He's adorable. I really like him. He makes me happy. Okay, so next whole state. I think this is the function that runs. So if we go up to our process function, And this is the bug I have, which I don't have a pause, which is crazy. Physics process right here. So if move is happening and the animation player is playing, grab the next hold and drop it. So grab next hold is going to be my state, pretty much setting up everything that needs to be shut up. I'm going to take a bite of this burrito. I really, I gotta do a couple things for the stream. That's why this week I'm just gonna stream like twice. Well, I was thinking of doing Tuesday, Thursday first, just to get my like blood boiling, and so then I can have time to actually make things in between. And then later on, I'm gonna do 3 times a week, and then I would hopefully at the end of it all want to stream like every day, like every day of the week. These streams are just gonna be 1 hour, just updating people, also seeing like how I work and stuff. But pretty much my workflow won't really change. I'm still gonna make breakfast. I'm still gonna eat. I still have to go to work soon, so this will just be kind of like a way to like kind of talk to you guys and stuff. So I'm excited. Thank you so much, bro. Enjoy it, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hopeful that today at least I'll get the drop the next whole state done. So I just gotta make sure to like focus and log in. But thank you, I really appreciate it, Miss Bean. Yo, Cosmic Sugar Rush. Why are you live at 7 a.m.? Dude, this is prime time. I don't know what you're talking about. This is prime time. I know. You probably just came, so I'll just give you like an update. Yes, I did sleep. I sleep mega early, bro. Like, I want you to know, I'm in bed by like 9:15 or like 10:15 or something like that. So trust me, I get you. Yo, what the heck is this, dude? It's my stream. I'm gonna be streaming. I'm not gonna stream every morning right now, but I'm gonna try to see if I can like ramp up to get there. Dress, showered, and programming at 7. Yeah, dude. First of all, yes, you're right. Actually, I am showered. I'm not dressed though. Literally, my idea, like what I do every morning is I wake up at 6:15. I take a shower. I throw my breakfast burrito into the air fryer, and then I start. I just sit down and I start programming, from 6:45 to 7:45, for 1 hour. Right now, I'm just trying to move this huge function that has the whole game pretty much, or this whole script, and I want to move it to a bunch of states that I made, just so I can make the act of applying effects and stuff a lot better, a lot easier. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. Let me go over here and just do this real quick. It should be next hole. Okay, so a lot of shit. Okay, so I kind of wish. Okay, no, bro, why can't I just do this? I wish I could make a tab, but it's like, of just like, I wish I could split screen like two sets of like things. Okay, so dealings from Marble Logic. I'm gonna go right here. How you guys doing, man? I hope y'all doing good. Jared, why are you up so early, actually? Yeah, nah, stay quiet. I caught you. I caught you red-handed, bro. I caught you red-handed. Man, it's interesting. Like, so I'm multi-streaming right now. So my chat is a multi-chat. And it's really cool to see like the Twitch logo and the YouTube logo on the same on the same chat, because I think that's like one of those things where I'm like, man, it's like multi-streaming is awesome, and they should have made it a lot easier beforehand. But now it is just that easy. I'm using Stream Elements on my OBS, and it's like fucking fire. Current hole. Current hole? Yeah, it's here already. Okay, cool. Let's go Excel state. Let's go global data. Okay. Actually, can't I just Control F? Nah, that's not gonna work. Dude, our whole... I would need to like set up again. Whatever, current hole. Current player, current row. I'm gonna just focus on current rows for now. A lot of stuff. Current row, current bottom row. Captures, I gotta figure this shit out now. Moving that over to that. Let me just focus on one thing. Current row. Current row. Current row. I have a lot of current holes. Current row. Current row. Current row. Okay, cool. Then we have a current hole situation here, so I'll get this over there. Yeah, man, I hope everybody's having like a great time today. It's early, so, you know, the best way to make your day good is to make sure you wake up good. So make sure you eat breakfast and stuff. I'm devouring this fucking burrito, bro. Okay. My arms. Kernel. Find the current hole. Current hole. Current hole. Current hole. Oh shit. Current hole. Current hole. Current hole. Current hole. Dude, there's so many. The correct thing I should be doing is just control Fing. You know what? I'm probably just gonna do that. But I gotta be match whole words. Oh shit. Match case too. Fuck. Damn it. I wanna like not get every hole though. I already did all these. Okay. Current hole. Current hole. Is this? This. Okay, cool. Replace. 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 There should be like, using what's it called, regex or something, but be real, bro. I don't got all day for that because I have to like figure it out and shit. I don't have time. I have time, but I don't want to use that time to do that. Alright, cool, fine. So I got all the current holes set up. Okay, and then the next one will be marbles to be dropped. Marbles to be dropped, I think I have a global for that. Yep, there it is. So let's go here. Again, let's global data this bitch. What I'm doing right now is that since all of these are being changed depending on the... Since all of these were used to be in a local code, in a local file, all of this is just kind of represented by a simple variable, but I now moving it to a game state machine, I kind of want to make it so it's available in the global data code, so then any changes that can be made, I could just reset it when I need to, and also it'll make it a lot easier for me to kind of like deal with variables if they're all in one place instead of like being updated instead of being between multiple different states and me having to reference those states and other states to then get those values. Okay. So, our hole right now, let me just get this over with. So, our hole and L hole are these kind of values right here. All I need to do is just pretty much just make an on ready variable, and then let's call this one R hole. So R hole is the representation of the player one's big hole. This is the one that kind of, at the end of it, gets counted up for the points for the first player. Well, R hole is the count for the second player. So find hole is a function that I need to bring over. So let's do that real quick. Game state. Find hole, find hole, find hole, find hole. Why aren't you letting me find the hole? Oh, that's super weird. Why can't I find hole? Why can't I find hole? Find hole. Hey yo, am I going crazy? Wait, Control Z. Am I in the right place? Game state manager, yeah. Why can't I find the hole? Wait, this is so weird. Okay, current hole, find hole. Yeah, find hole. What the heck? It's making it seem like it's a function that's there. So, but it's not here though. Drop marble, find marble, return, check, apply, distribute. Okay, grab next hole. Grab next hole has find hole. Dude, am I going crazy? Oh, it's right here. Bruh. Hello? Was I not writing this right? Whatever. Okay, next hole's down. Bring it over here. Okay. I need to push this one more up. What the hell, man? Am I going crazy? Nah, this goes here. Okay, top row and bottom row. Top row and bottom row are already set up somewhere. Let me just double check on this. Go to storage. No, show. I think it's in setup. Let me just double check. Yeah, top and bottom row. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy that over. Let's go to the next hole state. Beautiful. And top row. Beautiful. Okay. So what's happening here, pal? Current player not declared. Okay, so current player not declared is fine because in global data I have player. So I'm going to probably use player instead of current player. Global data dot player. Fuck yes. I'm going to go here. Okay, shit's kind of working. Shit's kind of working really well. The really kind of nasty part about this is that I need the only way to figure. Oh my god, this thing is broken. The only way to kind of figure this out if this is working or not is that I have to not only implement this, but implement. I would need to implement the other thing. And what I mean by that is, because this just grabs the next hole. I think what really shows if this works is the dropping of the marble. Oh my god, I just copied it because I'm a buffoon. Okay, let me just go here, player, perfect. This works out. I also didn't update this. Boom. Yeah. God, I love when all the reds are missing, when all reds are leaving. That makes me happy. Okay. All right, cool. What's left is now the capture stuff. Okay, so dealing with the capture stuff. So so because of the nature of how a capture works, I have to program it during the drop marble state. What I mean by that is dropping the marble has effects, which actually that makes a good point. I actually should put it in the check effects. Yeah, I'm gonna do it in the check effects. So Here's the plan. When the user clicks on a marble, let's say it's like 4. Here, I'll actually explain it to you while showing it to you. Actually, this whole code might break, but whatever, fuck it. Yeah. Curse you, captures. Okay. I'm going to change it to current run captures. Current run captures. And then I'm going to make an object, and I'm just going to call it P1. Actually, can I just do P1 and then 0 like that, and then P2, 0 like that. Yes! Huh. Fuck yeah. Sorry. Why is current run captures explode? Oh. Oh, this is awkward. Because this is just for 1. Fuck me, bro. I'm gonna comment you out. I'm just gonna leave this one. So current run captures is gonna be that, and then I'm gonna make a has captured round. This one's gonna be round based. I'm gonna reset it at the end. So again, P1, and then I'm gonna be false, and then P2, I'm going to be false. Yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, let's go back to this. Again, I really wish this was like a fucking thing I could just copy, whatever. Okay, so captures P2 is +1. So current run captures dot P2 is +1. And then has captured for the round dot P2 will then be true. Oh, yeah, and then I got a global data. Global data. There we go. Cut this out, cut this out, cut this out. And perfect. Fire. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing the whole time for player 2 and for player 1. So I'm going to just get all this set up. Captures for player 1. So this one's already player 1. So let me just switch this over. Oh my God, what have I done? Okay, there we go. Oof, that was scary. All right. So to kind of give you guys a background, in Mancala, you have a couple of ways to gain points and gain marbles. One of the ways is that you're able to, ayo, what the heck? If current marbles is 0 and current holes are not our hole and current hole is not left hole. Top children, and certain. If top children get 1, oh, right. Shouldn't this count for like a point as well for captures? I think I might have just not like updated this properly. And then capture for player 2, I'm just gonna do that too. So in Mancala, when you're kind of clicking into a marble in your hole, so player 1's holes are going to be the bottom row while player 2's are the top row. Let's say, for example, you have a 4 that's all the way on the left, right? AMF. When you click on that 4, you have to go pick it up and then you drop 1, drop 2, drop 3, drop 4, skipping, going to the next hole, right? If that last hole that you dropped the last marble on is empty, and that's your last marble in your hand, you then look at the other side, right directly vertical of that hole, to the hole that's on top of it. If that hole has marbles in it, guess what? You just robbed all those marbles, and they're all yours. So it takes the marble that's on your side, and it takes the marbles on their side. And brother, you just gained like a crap ton of fucking marbles. All that just by doing that. So this functionality is pretty much that. It's convoluted, but it gets the job done for what it is, and it works. So that should be the next whole state. I'm going to do like a test run and just like put the fucking thingy there. How you doing, MF? Dude, thank you so much for coming by. This is my game. It's Rogue Kala, but I have Mancatro still. I gotta change that logo, not gonna lie. But it's gonna be a roguelite Mancala game. So, okay, so I'm gonna choose, let's say, this one. Okay, so this doesn't work. Let's see this. So the game currently works. I already have all the functionality in, but I'm trying to move it into like a more of a game, like a state machine. So then when I add like special abilities to the marbles and to tags and stuff, I want to be able to go in and like read those properly. So yeah. Dude, I wish this thing was not so annoying. Let's see if I can like. Okay, cool. All right, so this is not working, but I think I know why. So in pickup marble set, yeah, okay, that's what it is. So here's how kind of like in my book that I wrote, kind of have everything described. The first thing starts is the setup board state, and then the check for effect state. So the idea is that there might be a chance where the user then goes in and has a bunch of marbles that activate right on the beginning of the game, right? Yo, MF, thank you so much for the YouTube subscription, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna be making a lot of videos and stuff soon pertaining to like the game and maybe some kind of like thoughts videos and stuff, but I appreciate it, man. So set up board state and then checks for the effect state. I gotta make sure that if there's any marbles that go like, hey, on round start, I don't know, explode the other opponent's sets of marbles, right? After that, the player or the AI turn will go next. So depending on if it's the player or the AI, I have an AI state that just kind of like picks, right? I gave these this game to like some of my friends to try out. The AI cooked some of them. The AI didn't cook some of them. I'm not gonna lie. The AI is so rudimentary. All it does is just pick random possible choices. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it kind of cooks. Law of randomness, bro. So let's go back. So then it goes into the switch turn state depending on if it's the AI or the player. Let's say the AI went first. Switch turn state goes back, hits player state. Player state, all it does is I have a player controller that's playing right now. That controller is pretty much just ripping it, right? Like anything to do with movement, anything to do with capturing, and with idling. It has the 3 states for that, and that's all dealt inside of the controller. But, as you can see here, I want to be able to kind of know when this player hand hits, see, as you can see in the move state and stuff. I want to know when this player hand goes in and says, hey man, I want to fucking, I know I clicked that hole. What the hell do I do now? So what I be going and doing is that I have a current turn state. This current turn state, all it does is once it enters, it checks to see if the player is won. If it's not, then it's the AI's turn. Flip the switch, turn on the AI turn. And it also captures any kind of movement request that is made through the player or the AI and just runs it. It takes the pit index, which is the hole that it clicked, the player that did the thing. It makes a variable that's called isMoveHappening, which allows some if and then statements to happen, to be true or not. And then state machine comes in, says, hey, yo, it's time. And then boom, pick up marble state, which is where it just grabs from where the player clicked the hole, picks up all the marbles there, makes them all disappear. Godot is a little finicky when it comes to their rigid body 2Ds, because I thought that I would be able to kind of grab it, hold it, kind of hide them behind the hands in a way, and then drop them like this, right? And they kind of do work like that, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a battle and a half. So, yo, Kakeva, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch, man. Really appreciate it. So that is the crux of that. So right now, at least for today, because I want you guys to know these streams last like 1 hour for sure, because I have to go to work. But this is pretty much my 1 hour that I use to work on this. So I want to kind of show you guys and stuff as I go on. Big thing. My setup board state's done. My check for effects is kind of done. It has a bunch of comments. Don't read them. Current turn state. This is pretty much what's happening. Pick up marble state. You're picking up the marbles. Next whole state is the one that I was working on right now. This is the one that just kind of says, okay, so I picked up all the marbles from the place that you wanted me to. Now what? This is the one that goes, oh, the now what is from the next hole that's coming. So this one should, I say should as if like I didn't write it, but it grabs and checks the next hole and moves that hand there. So then the idea is that when I go into the drop marble state, which is right here, it then drops the marble. And then it repeats the cycle again. It calls back to, it repeats only the cycle back if there's still marbles in the hand. So the idea is that I have to check to see if there's any marbles in the hand. From that point on, go in, do that. You're gonna see me put a lot of these global data stuff right behind a lot of the variables. Because before, like I said, all of this is all in one script. It's fucking huge, I'm not gonna lie. So then once that is done, I have to go and set up this global data file, which is held throughout the whole project, represented by just global data. So I'm just gonna have it all set up in one place instead of having to rewrite it over and over and over and over and over and over. And yeah, I want to give you guys an update. My, where are you? My streams are gonna be pretty much like Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm still working on the game in between that, but I'm starting out small so then I can kind of grow as I go on. So, you know, maybe Tuesday, Thursday for like the next 2 weeks. Then I'll hit like like one more day. I'll probably add Wednesday in there. I want to make sure, I want to be able to get to 5 days. I think that'd be really cool. But for now, I think 2 will be a good stop. So let's go drop marble. So drop marble, state. Let's go back to our game state manager. What have I done? Okay, there we go. So in my physics process, I already have grab next hole and drop marble. Grab next hole is already implemented, so let's go drop marble. I have to make sure this is set up. Okay, so drop marble uses all the values and stuff. I also don't want to use game over, bro. I don't want to do the game over stuff right in that same thing because I have a game over state. Yeah, okay, so this is what's going to happen. Pick up marble goes, it happens. Next whole state happens. Then drop marble happens. Then from drop marble, I'm actually going to go to game over state. Actually, wait. Actually, from drop marble, I actually want check for effect state. Then I want to go to game over state. Yeah, that's what I want to do. And then go to game over state. Because let's say hypothetically I have banana. Banana comes in as a marble. I drop banana. It's my last marble. Yeah. Okay. It's my last marble. So let's say last marble is like this one goes in here. So the idea would be that if I have banana, I want banana's effect to activate before the game ends. And to make that happen, yeah, I need to make sure that the thing goes first. Okay, so here's the order. Pick up marble, next hole, drop marble, effect happens, then check if game over because it was the last one. I also have to figure out, but that's later on. That's for the effects logic. Right now, I just want this to like kind of work. I don't have any effects on these bad boys yet, but once I get that should be fine. So yeah, look, I could just grab. Yeah, we're cooking right now. We're cooking with fire. So this was the game state manager. I wanted to drop marble. Paste this bad boy. Oh, that's not it. Where are you? Drop marble, yeah, drop marble. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna grab this, move it over to drop marble state. Oh my god, so many reds. I gotta update so much. Ooh. Yeah, I have to finish my breakfast, bro. I got work. So I gotta finish this shit up. All right, so animation player timer. So animation player timer is actually a reference to an animation player that I have. I believe it's this one. It's timer. So I gotta make sure to move that over. I made it bigger. Animation timer, animation right here. This one's right here. Boom. Okay. So this is the one in timer. So let's go back down here. Dude, I've been watching like a bunch of fucking One Piece. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching a shit ton. I'm in Alabasta right now. I'm like super pre-time skip. All my friends have been kind of hyping this anime up as like the second coming of Jesus. So I was like, you know what? I gotta give it a try. And guess what? So far, yeah, it's kind of like the second, maybe like the third coming of Jesus. I'd say, right? Like Jesus has already come back, and everyone's like, whoa, that's awesome. I've never seen somebody do that. But then like the third coming of Jesus is like, oh, this has already happened before, so I'm not as surprised. But I'm still surprised you could do it 3 times, And that's what I feel with One Piece. It's phenomenal. And honestly, I think anytime Luffy goes just doll face, like makes me pretty happy because he's about to get locked in. So that's the shit, bro. That's so good. All right, cool. Draw marble state, animation play timer. So I gotta unready this bad boy. Bar animation play timer, and then animation play timer is gonna come from the timer right here. Beautiful. So now that works. That's gonna activate the dropping marble animation, where then it drops an arrow, which is fucking dope. Dropping marble marbles to be dropped. So this already has a global data. Marble is to be instantiated. So setup board has marble preloaded. So that's where I'm going. Okay. Oh my God, fire. Okay, if current hole is left hole or current hole R hole, I gotta get the holes back together. Let's go here. Next hole. Yeah. Nice. Okay, drop my boy here. Dude, am I going crazy? Oh, current hole. Bro, I'm fried out of my mind. Where are you? Global data. Global data. Beautiful. Current hole is global data. And global data. Beautiful. Beautiful. Give me up. West side. Here. Current hole. Okay, fire. Current hole again. Capture for P1 or P. Okay, so capture for P1 or P2. I actually changed it. So now global data has it where it's like an object. So has captured round. Bruh, it's like I don't know why the back and forth don't work in this fucking app. I'm gonna be so furry with you, Chief. Like I'm here like fighting demons here trying to get this to figure it out, but it doesn't work like that. So player one, that'll be P1, and this will be Pi2. Why are you not? Oh, global data. I will say though, I don't know if this ends up working because global data just kind of like fixes everything. What I mean by that is like it doesn't even try to like do anything. So apply capture. Should I do apply capture? Should I do apply capture here? I think I should. But I would think that would go into the effects. This also checks to see. Oh, this also checks to see if game over. Animation go again into current state. I'm gonna have to fix this up a little bit. So game over is not gonna be in the final function here. But I have the check for capture here. I kind of want to do this and check for effects. So. So captured. What I want to know is that in next whole state where captures can happen. Okay, yeah. If marbles to be dropped, the size is equal to 1. So this is the idea. This capture only happens when the size is 1. So my mentality when I worked on this previously was that the implementation would then state if this has caught itself, then dropping the marble, I want to check if this marble that I just dropped was captured. So here's the thing. This marbles to be dropped will be 0 by this point. But I need to check if it was captured. So I guess my implementation would have to be check the if statement to see if the size is equal to 0. If it's not equal to 0, or if it is equal to 0, I also got to check if it's captured. Check if game over. So check if it's pretty much going to be if marbles to be 0, size is 0. If global data has captured round 1 or 2. And then go to the capture state. Ooh, yeah. Not capture state. Go to the effect state with capture in mind, right? I wonder how I'm going to do that then. Because I really want to separate the capture and stuff. Because right now, having capture in the same place as dropping the marble, while it makes sense to me, because it's like that's just one of the effects that happen when you drop a marble naturally. I also don't want it to be in the same idea of checking also game over. Because game over has its own state. Game over, I want game over to be retroactively like checked. But it is also a good check because right here, we're checking to see if game over is false. And then we're going into the go again, right? Or not, right? So I might have to rethink this piece right here. But that should be fine. It shouldn't be that crazy. It should be fine. Okay. If game over is true, again, all of this game over stuff, it's not going to be here. And then this check to see if marble size is 0. Damn, should I check this here? Should I check this? Where should I check this? There's just so many values. Maybe in current? No, not current state. Switch turn state as well. Shop state, win state, lose state. Yeah, turn state. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Move requested is for current state, and then pick up marble state and all that bullshit. I think AI turn state's just gotta have to stay here until the end of the move state, but I can figure that out later. Right now, pick up marble state, next whole state, and then drop marble state. That's what I've got to do. That's what I can figure out next. So if I do this, and then all of this that's left is current hole, this should be fine. Are you sure this is your first game? Yeah, it's kind of crazy, yeah. So this is my first game that I'm going to be releasing to Steam at some point. I have made one more game. It's called the Unknown Expanse, and I made it on Pico 8, and that was so much fun. Pico 8 is a lot more simpler than Godot, so I've been able to click a lot, but I've been working on this game. I know I just started streaming, but I've been working on this game for like 2 months already, I think. So I have a pretty good idea of like how these things work and stuff. But yeah, this is gonna be the first game I'm gonna be making that'll be released on Steam on my birthday. So in January time. But yeah, I know it looks crazy, especially with all these red here, that this is like my first game. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. today has just been these next few days are gonna be pretty much just a lot of migration and like refactoring because I have the game working right now on a script, like on a full big ass script, bro. I'm telling you, like this shit big as fuck. Where is it? Game state manager, or manager? Yeah, this shit is huge. Look at this. It's like humongous. This is pretty much the whole game, the whole game loop, and then I'm gonna be moving that over to state machines just so I can, because I really want effects, bro. Like there's one point, there's one marble that I want to add, which is like a banana, and I want to just drop that banana in a hole, and it gives it like a 15 to 20% chance that like it'll slip one of the other marbles out and then completely decimate that hole, right? So if there's like 5 marbles in there, banana drops in there, one of the dudes just slip out, and then boom, you're left with like I guess the original value. I'm gonna have to think about the effect, I swear. But I just want to do that stuff, and to do that stuff, I'm going to need to like have it be able to do it. Because right now, with how the code was, I didn't have any space for any kind of checks for special effects or anything. So yeah, bro. Yeah, that's my thing right now. I swear it's gonna come out. I'm super lit. I don't know where the heck the other state is. So right here. Okay, so right now everything is screaming at me. Let me try again. It's okay. If I hit new run, I hit standard, I got my stuff. Okay, game starts. AI should go first. Okay. I wonder if it hits it because of AI. Of the AI, let me see. Like, is there anything that's sending this to here? Check. That's not. Okay, so that's for starters wrong. I should do that. So next hole, yeah, it should be right here. Yeah, next hole into drop marble, question mark. I think that's the play. So let me try that out. Damn, bro, this statement's huge. If. Okay, one more if. Oh, I gotta get ready for work. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for coming to my first stream here, making my game. I'm gonna be streaming Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm gonna still be working on the game in between. I'm trying to up until I get to like a 5-day week where I'm just streaming every morning. Please, if you can, leave a follow, subscribe. I'm just trying to try and fix this up, and hopefully the game releases next year. So I really appreciate it, y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.